What's going on, everyone? Today we have got Kaiju tactic number 7. Today is the first and only one that is not a 4 in the back. This one is a 3 in the back. It was very tricky to do a 3 in the back asymmetric tactic, but we ended up getting there by using Italy and Inter Milan. So if you end up wanting to give this tactic a go, I'll be linking my Discord down below in the description. You're going to be able to download it from the download section of the Discord. But now, I guess, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into today's video. So like I said, tested this with Italy as well as Inter Milan, even though I'm currently wearing an AC Milan kit. But this tactic was very interesting. It was very tricky to get it to work as well because it's an asymmetric 3-4-3, which you will see how it lines up in a moment once we get into tactic board. But it is very interesting on the results that it was able to get with both Italy as well as Inter Milan. Now, as we all know, Italy won the previous version of the Euros, but this time they got knocked out pretty early on within the knockouts. And this time, with this tactic and through testing, I ended up winning the Euros with Italy, as we can see right here. And we didn't just win the Euros, we absolutely dominated the Euros, not dropping a single game, beating Croatia 4-1, Albania 3-0, which Albania were actually pretty good at the Euros, Spain 3-1, Romania also very good at the Euros, beating them 4-1, 1-0 over Germany, 3-2 over Belgium, and then we won the Euros on pens over Austria, who once again, pretty good at the Euros. And being that I tested with Italy, wanted to test it with an Italian club, so we tested with Inter. And there were quite a few players from the Inter team that were on that Italian national team that ended up winning the Euros. So how did it do with the club itself? It ended up winning the league, and they won the Coppa Italia. Unfortunately, they got knocked out in the semifinal of the Super Cup, knocked out in the round of 16 of the Champions League, but I'll definitely take a double by winning the domestic cup and the league itself. That's absolutely fantastic. Now, when it comes to the numbers with this tactic, how players perform, the goals, the assists, where it all comes from, a majority of the goals are going to come from the front two strikers because there are two strikers within this tactic. That is how it really does get to be asymmetric. And Lautaro Martinez had 41, Marcus Thuram with 27. Next highest in goals was Hakan Çalhanoğlu with 12. But when it comes to the assists, a lot of people with double-digit assists. Denzel Dumfries with 17. Hakan, once again there, he had 12. Marcus Thuram with 12. Federico DiMarco at 12, and Tajon Buchanan, of all people, with 11. And with this tactic, you see it's not scoring an absurd amount of goals. This tactic also doesn't concede a whole lot of goals, but this overall, very Italian style of football, which I absolutely love it. And how we still get to have that Italian style by it being asymmetric and looking like this is one reason due to the halfback that is within this tactic, because we got two advanced forwards, an inside forward, two segundo volantes, a halfback, wingback up on the left, and then a wingback down on the right, two ball-playing defenders, and a sweeper keeper. That's how this tactic lines up. Now, a lot of Italian tactics Now, a lot of Italian clubs usually end up playing a 3 in the back system, which having this halfback allows it to stay as a 3 in the back system, because in build-up, the segundo volantes end up coming up. These advanced forwards move into channels, so you have one here, inside forward, cuts in, acts as a wide striker. Then you have the wingback supplying the width, which is pretty nice. Then you have the failsafe of the back 3, which is that ball-playing defender, halfback, ball-playing defender. These segundo volantes will probably be a little bit more here, so that is how it will look when it builds up an attacking play. You have plenty of options. If you have very good goal-scoring defensive midfielders, they're going to be lethal as the segundo volantes. If you have a halfback that is a very good ball player with ball-playing defenders, it'll essentially be like having 3 ball-playing defenders. And these wingbacks are going to be incredible playmakers for you. And your advanced forwards and inside forwards are probably going to be the ones scoring the majority of the goals for you. Now really quickly before we move on to the tactic instructions, player instructions, all that good stuff, I want to show you a highlight from one of the matches on this Euro run with Italy. It's actually going to be the first game where they beat Croatia by a score of 4-1, so you guys get to see how this tactic kind of works within the 3D match engine. As we can see from those highlights, you have those late arriving runs from those Segunda Volantes that, when they are very good finishing defensive midfielders, are going to be absolutely lethal. You see the playmaking ability from those wingbacks, and you see those strikers finishing off goals as well. But now that we've gone over all that stuff, we're going to go ahead and get into the FM tactic side of things, go over those player instructions and tactic instructions. So the tactical file name you'll be looking for in the down section of the Discord is Gormy's 343 Kaiju No.7. We've got 2 advanced forwards on attack up top, an inside forward on attack on the right wing, wing back on attack at left wing back, 2 Segunda Volantes on support, and a halfback on defend, 2 ball playing defenders on defend, and a wing back on support with a sweep keeper on defend. And one thing I will let you know right now is you can kind of swap the sides of this tactic, so if you would rather be using a left winger and a right wing back, you can definitely do that. But when it comes to the player instructions, the advanced forwards were left as is. The inside forward on attack has crosses aimed at center and shoot more often. Wing back on attack, cross more often, crosses aimed at center. The Segunda Volantes on support, move into channels and tackle harder. Halfback on defend, left as is. The wingback on support, cross more often and crosses aimed at center. Both ball-playing defenders are going to have stay wider, so when that halfback drops, they go wide and it creates that back 3. And then the sweep keeper on defend was left as is. When it comes to the mentality, it is played with an attacking mentality. You can also go balanced or positive. I would suggest going attacking or positive. It's going to get the most out of this tactic. But for those of you that are lower table to relegation threatened type sides, going balanced is probably going to be your best bet. Now when we are in possession, we play fairly narrow in the attacking width, play out from the defense, work the ball into the box using low crosses in the final third, standard passing directness and slightly higher tempo. When we're in transition, we counter press, counter, distribute quickly, distribute to the fullbacks and center backs by rolling the ball out. And when out of possession, we have a high press line of engagement, higher defensive line, and more often trigger press. Now for the level of ability needed to play this type of style and this tactic specifically, I definitely think you can get away with using the elite sides and mid-table sides. You're going to do absolutely fantastic with those types of clubs. However, when it comes to the lower table to relegation threatened type sides, you will probably need to make some tweaks to the tactic, specifically the roles, so that you have a better chance of way outperforming what you're supposed to do, which we're going to get into those tweaks right now. So, some tweaks I would make if you want to be even more defensively sound, because they are basically running into a brick wall with this tactic. You will take the wing back, the one that is further up, whether you decide to have it on the left or on the right side, because remember, like I said, you can swap this winger over to the left, you swap him over to the right, which means you swap this wing back over to the left, and you can kind of flip-flop the tactic that way. But this wing back, you will put them on to support. Just makes it a little bit safer. And inside forwards on attack and support both work very, very well. If you want to be a little bit safer, feel free to put it on support, but keep the shoot more often instruction on, and it'll still act like one that is on attack, but just a little bit more safer. But if you're wanting to get a goal late or need a goal late, you are going to take these segundo volantes and you're going to put them on attack. It'll instruct them to get further forward. They already do get further forward, just late arriving, but if you have on get further forward, they're going to be bombing into the box, both of them well. So that is definitely going to help you get a goal late when you need one. But all in all, this tactic, absolutely fantastic. And if you're looking for an asymmetric 3 in the back type tactic, this one's perfect for you. So there we have it. If you enjoyed today's video, once again, I'll be linking my Discord down below in the description. You're going to be able to download the tactic from the download section of the Discord. And if you have enjoyed today's video, please feel free. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribing is 100% free, so I want to hit that sub button. Right now, I'll be popping up my most recent Kaiju tactic, which is a 4-2-4 that won the Euros with Portugal and almost did a quintuple with them as well. Tactic, absolutely fantastic, so definitely give it a look. But until next time, everyone, have a good one. Bye-bye.